Hello friends and welcome to Digimento. So today we will be continuing our lecture with the higher education system. We were discussing about the higher education system in the ancient India in ancient times. So we will be continuing with that today. So let's begin. But before that, if you are preparing for GATE, NTA, UGC NET or PGT Computer Science, you can avail our online courses. And the details of these courses, you can find it from our website, that is www.digimento.com, or you can call to this number for getting more details about the courses that we provide. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel, and also please press the bell icon for receiving the notifications. Okay, so yeah, we will just begin the lecture. So we just started our discussion about the higher education system in India. So yesterday we were taking up the first topic of this particular module, that is the institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India. That is during the ancient institutions, or what were the systems of higher education or higher learning in India. So this is what we were discussing. So we will continue with our lecture. So these are the other topics which we will be discussing in this particular module. And if you are watching my lecture, please do let me know. Send me a hi, hello, so that I'll know that you are attending the lecture. So let me know. Hi Lipika, good evening. And if there is any technical issue, then also please let me know. I hope everything is going well. Lipika is asking me why the Sutra literature started. Basically, it is not, we cannot say that it is just a new kind of education and all. Actually, what happened to the education system is that it was evolving over time. Now, the present educational system that we see, it has many aspects which has been derived from the ancient Indian times. So from the ancient India till now, till the date, the education system is evolving gradually. And we can never say that the education system has reached its fullest form or something like that. It will continue to evolve into better models. So we cannot particularly say that the Sutra literature or the system started all on a sudden, but it was a gradual transformation from the previous educational systems. Hi Yakub, hi Tasveer, hi Sharanya, and hi Vikrant. So again Lipika asking me, it developed after the Vedic period. Okay. So yeah. So these are the other topics which we will be discussing. So yesterday we have already seen these topics. Okay, so you can just have a look, those who have missed yesterday's lecture. Just have a look at the syllabus of the unit 10. So this is the detailed syllabus. So these will be the topics we will be discussing under this unit. No, hi Atira. Tasveer is asking बीच में Hindi भी बोल करो please. I will try. Okay, Lipika. So please go through the syllabus once. Please have a look at the syllabus once. Okay. Okay, done. STK. Okay. I didn't get you, Vikrant. Okay, so we will just see. So a quick revision of yesterday's class. Those who have not attended yesterday's class, a very quick revision. So this is about the education in ancient India. So how education started and all. You can just have a look. Okay. So in ancient India, we had both formal and informal ways of education. Okay, then viharas and chaityas, etc. They were Buddhist and Jain monasteries where the monks were living. And there were also universities. The temples were the learning centers. Then the fundamentals of Indian education system. So it had both epistemological, which means knowledge based, and philosophical traditions and knowledge based traditions were followed. The idea of ephemerality of life and the world, then concept of ultimate death, futility of the mundane pleasures. So all these were the important fundamentals or the value system. Then we discussed about the Gurukula system, where the student lived in the house of the Guru and lived. Then Vedic education. So that is after the Indus Valley civilization period, we had the Vedic education. So Veda period also we discussed in some detail. If you have missed the lecture, please do try to watch it. Okay, you can just have a look. Lipika is asking me, how is my mother? Thank you so much, Lipika, for asking that. She is better now. Day after tomorrow, she has a review, and hopefully everything will go fine. Thank you so much, Lipika, for asking. Thanks a lot. Tasveer is asking me, please value education पे थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए. Sure. Value education we will definitely do. I will include that also in the content towards the end. So I think it's already mentioned also in your syllabus. Yes, value education and environmental education is one of your subtopics in the syllabus. So definitely we will cover that topic. We will be going in this order. First, we will cover about the institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India. Then we will come to evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India. Here we will discuss about certain committees which were formed after the independence. Then we will discuss about the oriental conventional and non-conventional learning programs in India. Then professional, technical and skill-based education. Then value education and environmental education. Then the policies, governance and administration. So we will go in that same order. Definitely we will be covering that. Second last topic is value education. So we will cover that. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah, we were discussing about the Vedic literature, Vedic education and all. Important literature, Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, and both oral and Chintan. Chintan is thinking. Then Upanayana. Upanayana means a person during the childhood itself has to leave the family and go to his guru's house for gaining knowledge. Then we discussed about brahmacharya or celibacy, which was not compulsory, but if a student had to reside in the guru's house, then he or she has to practice brahmacharya. Okay. So you can just go through. Then varnas. Tasveer is asking me what is today's topic. We will be continuing with education system in ancient India. Okay. Then yesterday we discussed about sutras and epics. Epics is Mahabharata and the Ramayana. These are the two epics. You can go through. Then we discussed about 6 systems of philosophy. I'm just revising it because many students missed yesterday's class. That's why I'm revising it one more time. Then we discussed about epics of ancient India, Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Then yes, this is very important. I told you yesterday only that these are some of the famous or popular universities of the ancient times. That is Taxila, Ujjain, Nalanda, Benares, Ballavi, Ajanta, Madura and Vikramshila. Okay. Lipika is asking me after unit 10 start research aptitude. Yes, after unit 10 is very small. It will I will complete it in maximum 10 days. So after that we are going to research aptitude. Don't worry. Okay. Then about the Buddhist era education. Okay, so Buddhist era education we will start today. Okay. Now, in the Vedic age, yesterday we discussed how this Buddhism and Jainism started getting more importance and all. So, in the Vedic age, the student was given education up to 25 years of age, and after that, he was permitted to go home and lead the life. So, during the Vedic ages, the Gurukula system of education, it provided education up to 25 years. That is, till 25 years, the students were getting education, and after this 25 years, the person or the student was allowed to go back to his house and then lead a normal life. In the Buddhist system, after having received education, the student remained a monk for good and cut off his worldly relationship forever. So this is one of the important features of Buddhist education. So Buddhist education was based on this principle that even after 25 years or even after a person or student completes his education, he was not allowed to go back home. So instead of going back home, the student had to remain as a monk and also has to cut off his worldly relationships. Worldly relationships, your relation with your father, your mother, your siblings, your relatives, your neighbors, your friends, all these are worldly relationship. So Buddhist system of education followed this principle that even after the education was complete, then the student had to remain as a monk and then cut off his worldly relationships. And the aim of Buddhist education was to attain salvation. Salvation means what is that? Salvation meaning is that after death, I will tell you exactly what is meant by salvation. Salvation means that it was believed in the ancient times, and even now in many religion it is believed that there is life after birth, or you will be reborn again and again. But salvation means that the cycle of life and death. Cycle of life and death means a person is born, died, again reborn, then died, then reborn, then died, then again reborn. Like this, the cycle continues. Now, salvation means that a person will be relieved out of this cycle of birth and death, which means he is getting salvation. So, the aim of Buddhist education, it was mainly philosophical in nature, and it said that the aim of this kind of education was to help the students or help the people to attain salvation, to get the freedom from birth and death, that cycle of birth and death. Now, Suttanta, Vinaya and Dhamma. These were the main subjects prescribed for study in Buddhism. It is commonly known as Sutta Pidika, Vinaya Pidika and Dhamma Pidika. So, these were the important subjects, and these Sutta Pidaka, Vinaya Pidaka and Dhamma Pidaka, it all mentioned about how a person's life should be, or how a behavior of the person should be, or what are the various things the person should do in his life, about the duties of a person, and how the conduct of a person should be. Okay. Now, I will also tell you some of the Buddhist philosophies. I remember it as V R S Clerm, CLERM. Actually, this is my shortcut. You can make your own shortcut. Okay. So these are like 3, 6 and 8. So these are the 8 principles of Buddhism mainly. Okay, I don't remember everything now, but I'll just explain whatever I remember. V is right vision. Then R is I don't really remember all the philosophies, but these eight are there. So vision is there. Then C is for conduct. Then I will just refer it and then come back to you with this. So there were some basic principles in Buddhism. So these principles were to be followed, like right vision, right conduct, right kind of behavior with others. So all these things were there. And also Buddhism and Jainism both, it was against the materialistic pleasures, like the worldly pleasures. For example, gaining so much wealth. So this is a kind of materialistic pleasure. So Buddhism and Jainism were against all these. So this is all through all the ways through which a person can attain salvation. So according to Buddhism and Jainism, these are the various methods by which a person can attain salvation. Now apart from Sutta Pidaka, Vinaya Pidaka and Dhamma Pidaka, there were other subjects which were taught in the Buddhist schools. It was spinning, weaving, printing of clothes, sketching, medicine, surgery, coinage. So all these were also apart from philosophy. It was not just philosophical, but apart from philosophy, these other subjects were also taught in the Buddhist schools. Okay. Next is the Buddhist schools also emphasized much on the practice and training for pure character. So emphasized on pure character. That is what we said. Certain conducts were to be followed. So example is not to steal, not to gain so much wealth. So all these were some of the principles or values which were taught in Buddhist schools, and which also help them to become a better person or a better character. Okay. Next, on the beginning, Pratipada and beginning is called Pratipada, that is the beginning, and then on the close, that is Purnima of each month, learned people used to assemble together, which was very important part of Buddhist education. So this was another feature of Buddhist education, that in the beginning of a month and at the end of a month, thus learned people, they used to assemble together. And this was an important feature of the Buddhist education. So the beginning of the month is called Pratipada, and the closure is called Purnima. Okay. Now I'll take up some questions. Tasveer has asked me, what is your channel name? I think I have subscribed it, but yet not know. It's my own channel, Telegram channel name is Joycey Joy Official. JoyCyJoy. Joycey Joy Official. Tasveer means, Tasveer says that salvation means Mufti Pana. Yeah, it's a kind of, we can say yes, Mukti, yes. Hi Rani. Hi Kaushalya. So any doubts from what we were learning till now? Ahana, hi, hello Ahana. So any doubts? Anything to be clarified? Okay, we will continue. Then in higher education, religion, philosophy, military science, medicine and other difficult subjects were taught. So this is the case of higher education. And many monasteries, viharas were set up for monks and nuns to meditate, debate and discuss with the learned for the quest of knowledge. It's knowledge. E is missing, sorry. So many monasteries, viharas, that is what we said, viharas and chaityas. So viharas were set up for the monks and nuns to meditate, debate and discuss with the learned for the quest of knowledge, quest for knowledge. Educational centers of higher learning attracted students from China, Korea, Tibet, Burma, Ceylon, Java, Nepal and other distant countries, which means that this foreign education, the culture of foreign education prevailed even in the ancient times. The students from other countries came to India to get the Buddhist education. Now we will see here that these countries like China, which is mentioned here, China, Korea, Tibet, Burma, Ceylon, Java, Nepal and all. So these countries are also countries with a very good base of Buddhist. So Buddhism is a very popular religion in these countries, and one reason can be that those students from these countries often visited India or stayed in India in the ancient times itself or from the ancient times itself to get knowledge from the Buddhist schools. Sharanya is asking me, is there any critical question there? Your question is not clear. Critical question. Okay, can you elaborate your question, please? Okay, next we will discuss about the educational centers and universities of ancient India. So here we will see each university in detail. Some of the important universities of ancient India. First one is Takshashila, and Takshashila is a very, very important ancient university. So Takshashila, it's also called Taxila. So Taxila. So Takshashila University was established in the 5th century in the northwestern Pakistan. So northwestern Pakistan, and Taxila was the capital of Gandhar kingdom or Gandhara kingdom, and this is the world's oldest university. This is very, very important. So this shows the culture of India, or the importance of cultural history of India. So Takshila or Takshashila is the world's oldest university, and also some of the well-known graduates of this university include Chanakya, Panini, Charaka, Vishnu Sharma, Jivaka, very important. Jivaka was a doctor. Okay, so these are some of the well-known graduates from this university, Takshashila or Taxila. So this is the world's oldest university. So this is one thing that we can be really, really proud of. So we had, so now it's in the northwestern Pakistan, but in the undivided India, it was in India only. So we have the world's oldest university. Hi Puviri, hi Dilip. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you. Taxila. Next one is Nalanda. Again, Nalanda, very, very important university. It was established in the 5th century. So 5th century. Then famous cultural and education center of northern India, and Nalanda was in Bihar. So it was one of the famous cultural and educational center of northern India. So this is in Bihar, and this is dedicated to Buddhist studies, but also taught fine arts, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, politics, and the art of war. So basically Nalanda University is dedicated for Buddhist studies, Buddhism related studies, Buddhist or Buddhism related studies. But it also teaches fine arts, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, politics, and also the art of war. And at zenith in the hands of kings of Gupta dynasty, which means that the Nalanda University flourished and it reached its zenith, that is the topmost position during the rule of the Gupta dynasty, during the Gupta kingdom. Huanzang is a famous pilgrim from China, studied and taught for 5 years in the 7th century in the Nalanda University. So Huanzang was a famous foreigner who visited India to learn about the Buddhism related things, and he's a very famous pilgrim from China, and he studied and taught in this university for almost 5 years in the 7th century. So this is again very important, Huanzang. Okay. Any doubts? Next is Vallabhi. It is the capital seat of the Maitraga kings, and it's known for its training in secular subjects and had students from all over, which means again it had students from all over the world. So it is known for its training in secular subjects, and also it had students from all over the world. Then we have Huanzang, who is again the foreigner who visited India. Huanzang, I think they too had found Vallabhi in the western side of India as glorious as Nalanda, and students from every part of India would flock there for education. So again, Vallabhi was a very, very important ancient educational institution in India. And Vallabhi was the capital seat of Maitraga kings. Okay, and Nalanda, remember, it's connected to Guptas because basically it was during the Gupta period that the Nalanda University flourished to its today's glory. Next we have Vikramshila. So Vikramshila was established by the famous emperor Dharampala of Pal dynasty. Pal dynasty is also known as Pala dynasty. So Pal dynasty, also called Pala dynasty. Pala dynasty. Okay. So Vikramshila University, this was established by the famous emperor Dharampala of the Pala dynasty. Dharmapal, he is also called Dharmapal. in the 8th century in the northern Magadh on the banks of river Ganges. So Vikramshila University, this is the location. So it was established in the 8th century in the northern Magadh on the banks of river Ganges, Ganga river, okay, river Ganges. And the university was later organized into 6 colleges. So this university got organized into 6 colleges in the later period. And the subjects of study was Vyakaran. Vyakaran means grammar. So subjects of study were Vyakaran, grammar, then logic, then philosophy, Tantra Shastra and Karamkanda. So these were the subjects of study during that period in the Vikramshila University. Remember, it was then organized into 6 colleges. Okay. Now, the Vikramshila University was later destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khilji. So, Bakhtiyar Khilji in 1203 AD. So, Vikramshila University was destroyed by the Bakhtiyar Khilji in 1203 AD. Okay, then we have Mithila University and Odandapuri, again very important. So Mithila University, they promoted Brahmanical system of education. So Brahmanical system of education, you will understand, or you know that what are the subjects that will be taught under a Brahmanical system of education. It will include subjects like literature, fine arts, scientific subjects and Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya Shastra is law. So, literature, fine arts, scientific subjects and Nyaya Shastra were the subjects which were taught in Mithila University, and they followed a Brahmanical system of education. Next we have Odandapuri. Odandapuri is also very important. This was again established under the Pala dynasty. So, established by Dharmapala of Pala dynasty during the late 8th century in Magadha. Why Magadha? Because Magadha was a very strategic location. So Magadha was a very strategic location. It was in the confluence of some of the major rivers also. So most of the important dynasties we will see, they have their capital at Magadha because of the strategic location of that dynasty. And the Odantapuri University could not attain that level of fame and repute which either the Nalanda or Vikramshila had. So as compared to Nalanda University or as compared to Vikramshila University, Odantapuri could not attain that level of fame and repute. So that level of fame and reputation was not attained by the Odantapuri University. So this is about the famous, some of the famous. Next one is Somapura. So again, this is under the developed under the Pala dynasty. So Dharmapala, again Dharmapala of Pala dynasty during the late 8th century, the Somapura was established in Bengal, and it was a major centrism and Hinduism. So it was a major center of learning for Buddhism, Jainism and Hinduism also. Next we have Nadia. It is situated at the confluence of Ganges and Jalanji rivers in Bengal. So at the confluence of Ganga river and the Jalanji rivers in the Bengal. Nadia again. It was also a center of trade and commerce, learning and culture. Nadia University. A center of trade and commerce, also a center of learning and culture. So this is about the Nadia University. Now, briefing up. In ancient India, monasteries and huge sacred places had been established to assemble and also conduct certain debates. Okay. And most of the universities are seen to have ended around 12th century. So most of the universities seem to have ended around the 12th century. It can be through the way of destruction or anything. The destruction of these centers and other places across the northern India was responsible for loss of ancient Indian knowledge. So basically we will see that yesterday itself in the class I told you that we cannot clearly put a distinction between where ancient India ends, where the medieval Indian history starts, where the medieval India ends, and the modern India or the contemporary India starts. So we cannot put a definite demarcation for all these, but according to certain incidents or certain events, and on the basis of certain things, we broadly make a classification as ancient, medieval, and modern India or contemporary India. But this is not accurate. So we cannot definitely say that this is where the ancient India ended. So basically what happened following the ancient Indian history, ancient India is supposed to be the history until we had the Hindu rulers and all, Aryans and the Hindu rulers, etc. But medieval India is considered to begin in India when the Muslim rulers from the Arab countries, the Turkey and all, came to India and established their kingdom in India. So basically, when we enter into the second phase, that is the medieval India, due to the Arabic invasions, or we can say the Islamic dynasties were established in India during the medieval period. So during that time, we have seen that many ancient universities in India were destroyed and distracted. Examples are Nalanda, some parts of Nalanda University, like some library of the Nalanda, Taxila, etc. Then again, we have seen that Vikramshila. Vikramshila was a very famous university, very important university. It was destroyed by Bhaktiar Khilji. So we will see that many universities were destroyed during the coming phases, coming times. So because of this destruction of the universities, we were not able to get much knowledge, or we lost some of the ancient Indian knowledge. Okay, so it is through the universities, the places and all, we understand what was the culture during that time, what was the society like during that time, etc. So destruction of many universities has also led to the loss of many ancient Indian knowledge as well. Okay. So we will wind up here. If you have any doubts, we will discuss that also. Then we will wind up. Tomorrow we will be taking up the next topic. That is tomorrow we will see evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India. So this is the topic that we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay. We will see how the higher education, learning and research evolved in the post-independence India. That is after 1947 till now. How did the higher education system in India developed? So if you have any doubts, we will quickly go through the slides. We will take 2 minutes and then quickly go through the slides. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. So you can quickly go through. You can revise it. I'll take maximum 2 minutes. You can, by that time you can revise it. You can just read the slides. You will get some more idea. And after attending the class, if you can revise that day itself, it's more helpful for you. So if you don't find time, otherwise you can do it in the class itself, now itself. I'll give you just 2 minutes. I will just show you the slides also, so that you can quickly glance through them and retain them in your memory. Okay. When I take the classes, you may feel that everything is understood, but you have to read it again. Then only you will get the clarity. So please go through it. Hi, Shamna. So fundamentals of ancient Indian education. Gurukula system. Vedic education. Sutras and epics education. Sharanya, okay, clear. Okay, thank you, Sharanya. Rani, can you explain about formal and informal education system? Okay, formal and informal education system, the difference is that in the formal education system, we can say Gurukula education, all these were formal education system where the students were sent to a formal institution like Gurukulas or the universities or some centers of education like temples and all. So this is called formal education. Informal education means through the word of mouth or through reading some textbooks or something like that, which was not at all a formal kind. That is the basic difference. So you can go through the slides. 6 systems of philosophy is important. Okay, clear. Thank you, Rani. So here 6 systems of philosophy is important. Then epics are important. So epics are important, Ramayana and Mahabharata, and they are very important even now. I think the importance have increased only. Then the names of the ancient educational institutions are important. Then coming to Buddhist era education, very important. So aim was salvation, okay. So Kaushalya is asking me, where is Mithila University located? Mithila University is in the is near to Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. Most of the universities were either in the western side or in the eastern side. Mostly, whichever universities were established by the Palas and all, it was in the Bengal region, Bihar Bengal region, because the Pala dynasty was there only in the Bihar Bengal belt. Okay, so all those universities are there. Today only came your live, really very nice, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, Dilip Kumar. Thank you so much. Tomorrow also same time we will meet at 7:30. Okay, 7:30 is the time, and if there is any change, we will inform you in the Telegram channel. So usually 7:30 is the time. Okay. Then we discussed about all these. Then we discussed about other ancient universities. Okay, Takshila, then Nalanda, Vallabhi, Vikramshila. Thank you, Kausalya. And Sharanya, tomorrow same time. Same time 7:30. And if there is any change, I will let you know. Okay? If there is any change. Telegram link, Telegram, my Telegram channel is Joycey Joy Official, but I will not be updating there about the class timings and all. So you can just subscribe to our Digimento Education channel. You can subscribe. Thank you, Dilip. Thank you, Sharanya. Thank you, Kausalya. So Vikramshila, then Mithila, Odantapuri, Somapura, Nadia. So this is all. So any more doubts, anything else? So tomorrow we will meet at the same time, 7:30. So until then, do take care, study really, really well, and also be calm, be cool. Any other doubts, anything you want to ask me, I will just answer. Hi Manikantan, thank you so much Manikantan. So anything else, any other doubts? So tomorrow the timing is 7:30, live classes. So live will be at 7:30 p.m. And do join our Telegram channel. There we will be updating about all the sessions. Okay, you can join, and there is one Telegram channel, that is Digimento Education, where you will get all the general announcements. Otherwise, there are some batch-wise channels also. Somebody else can comment about those batch-wise channels so that the others can also join. So I think you can join the Digimento Education, where you will get the updates about the classes. And if you like the classes, please do like this video, and also please do share this video with your friends also, and tell them to join our classes from tomorrow. All the paper 1 topics, the paper 1 will be completed in the YouTube channel, and this will be free of cost. So paper 1 full we will be providing free of cost, and paper 2 for electronic sciences and the computer sciences, we are providing online courses. You can visit our website to find more details about the online courses that we provide. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Good night.